Hello everyone, my name is Savanna Faye. I would like to tell you a personal narrative from my life today. So please relax and take a deep breath in. And as you release, you will notice that we will begin to go back through the layers of time. Using our imagination, we can all go back together to a day just like today, but with the sun shining just as so, without a cloud in the sky. Only we are years and years in the past. Now imagine white tarped tents spanning the horizon, a little fish pond, and the heat of summer on your skin. We just arrived at colonial camping, a trip that would change the way that I participate in life forever, regardless of whether it was for the better or for the worse. For the rest of this weekend, my two sisters and I would be found bathing in small tin wash bins and eating meals from a fireplace outside. Like most of the youth, I lived at the whim of my heart. When it leapt, so would I leap. When it sorrowed, from my eyes, tears could be found falling. Runs with the wind is what my mom called me. Sitting one moment, and then at the tip of a hat, I could be found galloping away with my hair flowing far, far behind me. I'd found that truly living in life comes with a decision that must be made for everyone. The world does not give birth to us only for the simplicities and splendor of living. No. We are born to withstand the fire and the storms, to be hardened and to be shaped, and pushed to our breaking point. Then we are left with a decision to be made. Do we embrace the heat and the pressure of this world as it scours away our weaknesses, condenses us into our truest and most potent form? Or do we evade the biting cold of winter and the scornful heat of our burning sun? Life is always testing us. On a special day, my mother walked my sisters and I up to a little tented store with colorful candy that looked like rock crystals on a lollipop stick. So on this particular day, I chose the red crystals, and with my mother and sisters, we all began walking back to our house tent. The sugar was so sweet, but sweeter still was the endless feeling of wonder within me. I was the champion of my world, and nothing could hold me back. Not my size, not my age, nothing. Side by side, we made it to the crest of a long and steep hill, descending with bright and wild grass swaying gently in the breeze of summer. It was then at that moment that a voice whispered softly in my ear, "Run." So with the little lollipop clutched safely in my hand, I gave way and allowed gravity to take me down this hill, to change me. My legs surrendered to the speed, gracefully widening my stride as the earth moved faster and faster, more and more between every single step. And I was endless, a wild horse flying through the sky. The feeling was intoxicating, like wind brewing beneath wings. Finally the hill bottomed out, but I still had my speed. I had my speed, and I was not ready to let go of it yet. And then, what's that? There was a hole in the ground, just a few feet in front of me. I remember imagining my family walking down the hill and watching me, seeing the grace as I leapt over this hole, and the voice in my head whispered, "Jump." I flew through the air, and my heart grew wings. I knew freedom. But suddenly something changed. I was falling down because I had hit something, and now I was falling into the hole, and there was fire. There was fire in the hole below me, searing red coals that hissed at my arrival, but I was frozen, caught like an icicle melting over flame. And then a heartbeat later, I was ripped out, airborne again, flying through the air, but this time, boom, landing on a hard, unforgiving picnic table. And swarming around me like bees of a threatened hive, strangers yelled and cursed and flung me this way and that, and then I was burning again, and my stomach felt like it was being pierced by a knife as they laid ice down on my wound. My mom arrived in a panic, and I remember being so still and so quiet. I was looking at everything in the room. All the adults' words muffled and slowly disappeared. My eyes were just wide, staring straight up at the top of that little musty white tent, and I could feel the fire on my skin as though it were flickering there still. Even the ice burned like fire. Our hometown tent was filled with soft blankets and grass, and there I stayed for the rest of the day, crying and crying, holding my stomach as my parents hugged me. They would say, "I love you, I'm so sorry," but eventually the only sounds were those of my whippers and the crickets' soft soliloquies outside. When we left, our family talked to the people whose fire I'd fallen victim to. They seemed to think that I was a wild child. No one understood, nor did I tell them that I had seen only a hole filled with dirt on the ground. So, the fire had consumed and taken a part of my body, and I feel that to this day, those flames still flicker within me as well. Despite the pain and fear that I experienced, that voice still whispers, and that spirit of that wild and free horse still plays, neighs, and kicks within my heart. And I choose to listen. I choose to feel the wind in my hair, to feel the power of my heart as it takes wing and flies. The fires of life did harden me that day, and they have continued to change me over and over again many times since. But we are all given a decision to make in this present moment. We're given a choice that even in the face of danger, or when edging on an abyss of the unknown, we can all choose to remain the same, or to allow the fires of life to fortify our spirit. When my heart calls, when it sings, whispers, or cries, I listen. Thank you.